All right, we live, man. Urban Artificial Intelligence, Strategic Thinking Media Platform. I want to talk about something today, man. Something that is important to me. And this is something that I'm passionate about, and I want everybody to at least have the knowledge about. All right. Selecting stocks with AI. Now, my whole platform is based around AI. I use AI pretty much every episode. Microsoft Copilot. I use Microsoft Copilot to get information. All right. It's if you want to know about stocks, you can use Copilot as well. It's just not Copilot, any other AI. You can ask questions about stocks. You can understand stocks quickly with AI. You know what I'm saying? It's just like having a regular conversation. You're gonna ask a question, it's gonna answer it. The thing that I feel is so important about this is that AI can do a lot of research for you. Okay. When I first started reading about stocks, I don't even think it was a Copilot. There was no such thing as Microsoft Copilot. So I had to read a lot of books. I watched a lot of YouTube, but even before that, um, it was just books. You know what I'm saying? And I would have to gather information piece by piece. I really taught myself. I didn't really grow up around people who knew about stocks. I didn't grow up around people who knew about options. So I didn't really have nobody to teach me. I had never seen or a chart, which we're gonna look at some charts in a minute. I had never seen charts before I started studying them. You know what I'm saying? People around me didn't talk about stocks. They didn't know about stocks. Growing up, that wasn't really just something that Black people knew about or they cared about. Most Black people felt like stocks were like gambling, or it was like fake stuff, or it was just like for white people. You know what I'm saying? That's how the people in my family felt. The people that I knew but it's just not my family. Black people in general. If you Black, it's not a whole lot of people who know about stocks and stuff like that coming up. The age that I am now, that's changing now. The stock being in the stock market is a hot thing now. It's the cool thing to do. But before that wasn't the case. All right. So I had to teach myself. I had to learn these things myself. And I studied for years without, without really risking any money. Very early, I would invest like long-term investments on stocks that I knew would go up. Things will happen. I wouldn't manage my money right, and I'll have to take the money out. I did that with crypto a couple of times too. I invested a good chunk of money, but I didn't give it time to build because I wasn't financially responsible. I had to take the money out and do other things, that I did with the money that, I shouldn't have even got to that point. When you invest, you want to just leave the money in there, if you're doing long-term investing. That's basically what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about options too, but the reason that I'm saying that is I'm just bringing that up to let y'all know that when I was first learning about it and I had no information at all, I taught myself. I I consumed the information very slowly. You know what I'm saying? Now it's different. The way that the internet is, the way that AI is, you can get information real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody should use that to their advantage. Stocks is something that anybody can understand. The charts look intimidating, but they're not. It's nothing hard about it. It's pretty easy. If you don't even need to know simple math. If you can read and write, you could probably make money from the stock market. All right. So let's get into the first thing that I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is Tesla stock AI. We're going to go to the chart in a minute, but let's hear what this lady is saying on CNBC about Tesla stock.
Over the past month, enough to turn them positive on the year and make the case it's even earned its way back into the rally for shares of.
We're going to talk about a couple of different stocks and strategies, and I'm going to show how AI can help you, but Tesla is the first one that we're going to discuss.
A monster rally for shares of Tesla over the past month, enough to turn them positive on the year and make the case it's even earned its way back into the Mag 7. Deirdre Bosa taking a closer look at what's changed on the fundamental side of things. Deirdre, for today's Tech Check.
Kelly, huge surge in stock price, but the fundamentals, they haven't changed much at all. In fact, revenue and earnings growth in the current quarter is expected well below the other 6 mega caps, even if it is back in the Magnificent 7. Of the 7, Tesla's the only one expected to see revenue growth shrink in the current quarter and earnings growth even more dire here, expected to decrease 34%. But fundamentals, of course, they're rarely the driver of Tesla shares. It is momentum and the promise of technological breakthroughs that only Musk is capable of. And now that momentum seems to be back on Tesla's side, the stakes are high for the company to lay out its AI strategy, and in particular, NVIDIA's role when it reports on July 23rd. Now, the company has bought and deployed tens of thousands.
It's going to be a report on July 23rd. That's something that we got to look out for. Let's hear that again.
NVIDIA's role when it reports on July 23rd.
So NVIDIA is going to report on July 23rd. If the report is good, the stock is going to go up. If the report is bad, it's going to go down. So if you have NVIDIA stock, pay attention to that. Even if you don't, that's some insight on where the stock could possibly go.
Now, the company has bought and deployed tens of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs over the last few years to build powerful AI infrastructure for Tesla. Last month, though, Musk confirmed our own Laura Kolodny is reporting that he redirected a Tesla batch of those GPUs to X and xAI, 2 of his private companies. So if, as Musk claims, Tesla is fundamentally an AI company versus a car company, he will no doubt make that case again on the earnings call. Investors, though, they're going to be looking for updates on how the AI strategy is progressing and that GPU deployment. We're now 1 month away from the Robotaxi event on August 8th, which Bush sees as, quote, laying the yellow brick road to full self-driving and an autonomous future. And really, that's what separates the bears and bulls on the stock, Kelly and Tyler, is that the bears see it as a car company and the bulls see it as an AI company. But increasingly, Musk and co are going to have to show how it's an AI company and what they're doing with all those GPUs.
But you think fundamentally there wasn't, maybe it was flows. You always think, could have something to do even with the overhang from his big pay package or something, right? Something changed.
Yeah, and you know what it was? It was last week's deliveries, right? That surprised on the upside, even though they're still declining. But again, it doesn't justify the kind of valuation with those kinds of growth numbers, right? Especially just when you compare them to some of the other mega caps. So it really is kind of still a show me story, but the stock going up like that has raised the stakes for those earnings in just a few weeks.
Perhaps some anticipation as well for that August event where we'll maybe learn more about these ambitions.
All right, so that's some interesting stuff right there.
Meantime, shares of Tesla have come.
I'm gonna listen to this too, but Tesla is ordering NVIDIA chips. All right, so what that essentially means is these companies are both benefiting each other. If Tesla stock rises, NVIDIA stock is gonna rise, and vice versa. All right, they both helping out each other. And this is just some quick stuff that we're going to go over before we get into the AI and the charts. These are the things that you have to look for in these companies that's going to give you the direction of where the company is going. This is what's going to give you the direction of, not undoubtedly, nothing is 100%, but this can give you a little bit of insight of where the company's going. Is it going to be a good week or a bad week? All right, now another video about Tesla wiping out the 2024 losses. Let's hear what they're talking about.
Roaring back, now positive on the year. Has it earned its place back in the Mag 7? Our Deirdre Bosa is digging into that for today's Tech Check. Morning, Dee.
Hey, good morning, Carl. So the stakes are suddenly higher for its earnings when it reports later this month. Shares now positive on the year and up 80% from its 52-week low. Not much, though, has changed on the fundamentals. Q2 deliveries, of course, they were better than expected last week, but Tesla's still facing more competition than ever, which is still weighing on growth and profitability, making it look like the one that doesn't belong in this group of mega caps. of the 7, it is the only one expected to see revenue growth shrink in the current quarter, and earnings growth, even more dire, expected to decrease 34%. Now take a look at Apple. It has the second worst expected numbers this earnings season of this bucket, but notably it's also seen a resurgence in share price over the last month. Second best performer after Tesla. Chalk it up to being seen as AI laggards. They're still show me stories. The narrative, though, is turning more positive. Apple shares have turned around since laying out Apple Intelligence, that's its AI strategy, at WWDC a few weeks ago. Elon Musk, meanwhile, has been or continue to try to rally investors behind Tesla's AI and robotics bets, but he'll really need to lay out that strategy and NVIDIA's role in particular when it reports on July 23rd. The company has bought and deployed tens of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs over the last few years to build powerful AI infrastructure for Tesla and for its self-driving aims. Last month, though, Musk confirmed our own Lord Kolodny's reporting that he redirected a Tesla batch of those GPUs to X and xAI. That's two of his private companies. So if, as Musk claims, Tesla is fundamentally an AI company versus a car company, investors are going to be looking for updates on how the AI strategy is progressing, and in particular, that GPU deployment. What's going to Tesla? What's going to some of the other companies? It's also notable, guys, we're 1 month away from the Robotaxi event on August 8th, which Wedbush sees as, quote, laying the yellow brick road to full self-driving and an autonomous future. So
Okay, the robo-taxis in August, that's going to affect Tesla stock as well. All right, that's going to affect Tesla stock as well. Things like that. Even the Cybertrucks, the success of the Cybertrucks, that's probably going to affect Tesla stock. Just the optics of how popular they are, how much people talking about them, how much they in the news, that's going to affect Tesla stock as well. So let's get into, and I'm going to just show y'all how easy this is. And when I say easy, I mean they're gonna give you, you're gonna get a lot of information. Obviously, you're gonna have to do your due diligence. Don't just copy, don't just copy what it's telling you to do. And this is about options. This is some information that I got about options. All right. And I'm gonna talk about some YouTubers, some good stock YouTubers. All right. So this is just to give y'all an example. This is just the example of how much you can learn about stocks through AI. Now, long-term investing in options are two different things. I asked Microsoft Copilot, can you teach me how to trade options? Simple question. Can you teach me how to trade options? This was the reply.
Certainly, trading options can be an exciting way to participate in the financial markets. Here are the basic steps to get started. Assess your readiness. Understand the basics of options trading, including terminology like call and put options. Evaluate your risk tolerance, investment goals, and time commitment. Grasp market trends and learn to interpret data and indicators. Choose a broker and get approved. Look for a broker that supports options trading. Consider fees, platform usability, customer service, and educational resources. Fill out an options approval form during account setup, disclosing your financial situation and trading experience. Craft a comprehensive trading plan. Define clear strategies, risk management techniques, and objectives. Understand how options work, including strike prices and expiration dates. Explore different option strategies, from basic covered calls to more advanced approaches. Identify the right options. Define your investment objective, e.g., speculation, hedging, income generation. Evaluate risk, reward, consider volatility, and anticipate market events. Plan a strategy based on your analysis. Monitor and manage your position. Keep an eye on your options contracts. Decide whether to follow through on the contract, buy or sell, based on market conditions. Remember, options trading involves risks, so continuous learning and risk management are essential. If you have specific questions or need further guidance, feel free to ask.
Okay, so that's correct. Options trading does involve risk, but that's why I said you have to do research. The more you research, the less of a risk you're taking. All right. Yes, anything can happen. It's risk involved. You could lose all your money. That's a fact. But the more that you research, the more that you know, the more knowledge you have about the stock and the specific option, the less the risk is. All right. So that was a lot there, but this is another reason. Craft a comprehensive trading plan. Define clear strategies, risk management techniques, and objectives. When people ask me, they like, hey, and I used to do the same thing. I would get on the internet, or I would see people who knew about stocks, right? When I was learning, and I'm still learning, early in my learning journey, I would be like, hey, teach me stocks, or hey, how much should I invest in this? Or hey, just asking questions like that. It's hard for somebody to answer questions like that. The reason why is because if you all the stuff that Copilot just said, a lot of these things are personal. They're personal preferences. Okay, everything in your everyday life affects how you gonna invest, from your job to your free time to your kids to your living situation. All of that affects how you invest. So people, when you ask people, yo, teach me how to do this, teach me how to do that, they can only really teach you the basics. Like, for instance, if somebody said, I need a trading strategy, I would not tell them what I do. I would tell them, you need to go to a professional. You need to read books written by a professional. Excuse me. My investing style is very aggressive, and it's not really the regular way. You know what I'm saying? It's unorthodox, it's aggressive, it's not the standard technique. So I may be hurting somebody telling them to invest how I invest. You get what I'm saying? I could possibly be setting them up to fail if I just say, hey, do what I do, or I take your money and I just do with your money what I do with my money. That wouldn't be smart of me. You know what I'm saying? So when people ask me about investing, the first thing that I say is read a book and understand the fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not rich from investing, but I have made money. I've made money with options, and I made money long-term investing. Hopefully soon, in the next couple of years, I'll know enough to not have to work anymore. But I've been studying stocks over 7 years, and I'm still nowhere near able to make enough money to not work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't survive off of investing. Not at this point. I'm working towards that, but I can't do that now. So someone who, it's people who learn and they get a grip, they get a hang of it earlier than me. I'm not saying that's not possible, but the average person, I wouldn't tell them to follow how I invest. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like I said, everything is so personal that, that's really up to you. Now, somebody can teach you the fundamentals, somebody can teach you the terminology. You know what I'm saying? But as far as you trying to mimic what they do, that never works. You know what I'm saying? That never works. So, speaking of strategies now, once you have the basics, and this is what, for the people who are interested in stocks and they want to learn, use this AI to your advantage. Don't just read books. I mean, books are good to read, but it's possible to get burnt out that way. Just an overload of information. Use different tools and kind of switch it up so it stays interesting. Now, once you get the basics, let's talk about some common strategies, some common option strategies. All right, beginner strategies, things that are easy to understand, because these are the basics that you're going to have to learn if you want to go further with stocks and make more money.
Certainly. Here are some common option strategies. Covered call. Objective, generate income from an existing stock position. How it works. Sell a call option against shares you already own. If the stock price rises, you keep the premium. If it falls, you still own the stock. Risk, limited upside potential capped by the strike price. Protective put, married put. Objective, hedge against a decline in stock value. How it works. Buy a put option for each share of stock you own. If the stock falls, the put option provides downside protection. Risk, cost of the put option. Long call. Objective, speculate on an upward move in a stock's price. How it works. Buy a call option. If the stock price rises, you profit. Risk, limited to the premium paid for the call option. Long put. Objective, speculate on a downward move in a stock's price. How it works. Buy a put option. If the stock falls, you profit. Risk, limited to the premium paid for the put option. Straddle. Objective, profit from significant price volatility. How it works. Simultaneously buy a call and a put option with the same strike price and expiration date. Risk, cost of both options. Iron Condor. Objective, benefit from low volatility. How it works. Sell an out-of-the-money call and put while buying further out-of-the-money call and put options. Risk, limited profit potential, but defined risk. Butterfly spread. Objective, profit from minimal price movement. How it works. Combine long and short call or put options at different strike prices. Risk, limited loss, limited gain. Remember to thoroughly understand each strategy, consider your risk tolerance, and practice with paper trading or small positions before committing significant capital. If you have specific questions about any of these strategies, feel free to ask.
Okay, now I want to say this. Iron Condor and Butterfly spread, those aren't really, I wouldn't consider those beginner strategies. Now they can be, but they're popular and they are one of the main strategies that people use, but I don't know if I would say those are for beginners, okay? But let's keep it moving. Do I want to do this now? Let's go over the Greeks, all right? The delta, gamma, and theta in relation to strike prices. After this, we're going to take a look at some charts. Here we go.
Certainly. Let's dive into these Greek letters in options trading. Delta delta represents the sensitivity of an option's price to changes in the underlying stock price. For call options, delta ranges from 0 to 1. A delta of 0.5 means the option price moves roughly half as much as the stock price. ITM calls have higher deltas, closer to 1, while OTM calls have lower deltas. For put options, delta ranges from -1 to 0. A delta of -0.5 means the option price moves inversely to the stock price. ITM puts have lower negative deltas, closer to -1, while OTM puts have higher negative deltas. Gamma gamma measures the rate of change of delta. Gamma is highest for ATM options. As the stock price moves, gamma affects how delta changes. Higher gamma means more significant delta shifts. Theta theta represents time decay. Theta measures how much an option's value decreases as time passes. IDM and ATM options have higher theta. OTM options have lower theta. Theta accelerates as expiration approaches. Remember, understanding these Greeks helps you make informed decisions when choosing strike prices and managing your options positions. If you have more questions, feel free to ask.
Okay, so do y'all see the information that it gave there? Now, that's probably not something that you're going to understand immediately. That wasn't the most simple explanation for what those mean. And really, you probably aren't going to need to know that immediately. All right. After you understand the basics, you'll start understanding that. But that I'm just doing that to show y'all the amount of information that's in AI. All right, so let's go back to YouTube. And before I get into anything, I want to show y'all, or anything else, I want to show y'all the best YouTubers to watch as far as stock YouTubers. These are the guys that I like. I like Larry Jones, man. This dude, and if y'all want YouTubers who explain stocks, you know, effectively and efficiently, this is one of the top people. All right, Stock Up with Larry Jones. I watch his videos a lot. All right, who else? Stock Mode. These are people who can explain this way better than I can. These are people who've made a whole lot of money with stocks. You know what I'm saying? I've made some, nowhere near as many as these people. This is the other dude right here, Stock Mode. It's another one. Keenan Grace. These people are very knowledgeable. These people are very knowledgeable about stocks. All right. And not only that, because it's a lot of people, it's a lot of people on YouTube that are knowledgeable. The way that they explain things, the people that I'm naming, the way they explain things, they make it stick. All right. They definitely make it stick. Let me see. Black Girl Stocks. I watch her a lot. All right. If you don't know about stocks, watch these people. Okay, watch these people. These are the perfect type of people to watch. The way they explain it. Aristotle Investments. The Honey Drip Network. Aristotle Investments. These people really explain stocks simply. They make it easy to understand. They make it easy to remember. All right. It was another female. I forgot her name. But out of all the people, this is the guy that I watch the most. Chris Sane. I watch Chris Sane videos every day. I'm in his Discord. The thing about, look, when I was, okay, I study stocks, whatever. I've said that already. Y'all know that. If you're busy, if you got kids, if you know, just not necessarily even kids, just other things going on. If you are busy throughout the day, this is the type of dude, or this dude, the content that he has, that this is the channel that's for you. All right, because his videos are short. They're 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 13 minutes. But the way that he explains things, it keeps me like up to date. I don't have time to look at charts every day. I don't have time to read about stocks every day. You know what I'm saying? On my off days, yes, but not every single day. When I watch him, at the end of the day, it might be a 12, 13-minute video. He's going to keep you sharp. He's going to keep you in a mental space to where it seems like you're still consuming long form content. I don't even know how he does it. I think he just knows a lot. He's just real knowledgeable about stocks. All right. So if you are busy, if you're running errands throughout the day, if you don't have time to just sit in front of a computer and research stuff, I would suggest watching Chris Sane videos. All right. Now, before you watch any of these videos, you need to understand the basics of stocks. Just not options yet, but you should definitely learn options, but just stocks. Understand the basics. Because if you don't know the basics and you try to listen to these people, you're going to be lost. It's going to sound like They speak in another language. And they relay information very simple. Very simple. They make it easy to understand. So let's go to TradingView real quick. All right. And I want to show y'all a chart. All right. And this is what I do. This is how I chart. Now, another thing, right? This is what I was talking about before about defining the type of strategy that you want to invest with. You have kids, you're busy, you got things going on, you have a job, you have all these things going on. You cannot look at the computer 24/7. So you can I'm gonna just give an example. Let's say you buy an option. Today is the 11th. I buy option on the 11th. Excuse me. I buy option on the 11th. Let's say it expires on the 17th. All right. That's not that far away. That would be next Wednesday. So if I bought an option today and it expires on the 17th, I'm probably going to have to look at my computer maybe 3 times a day to keep track of the option, whether I need to sell it, whether it's going up or going down. That's for somebody who has the time for that. If you don't have the time for that, you can create an option that has a later strike price. So you could make it the 7th of next month. All right. So if I bought an option today and I make the strike price, which is when the option ends, and I'm just giving you an example. Y'all don't have to know the words that I'm saying to understand to get the point of the message that I'm saying. I bought the stock on July the 11th. The strike price is August 7th. So that's a long time. That's the people who are busy with kids who can't look at the computer 24/7. Those are the type of investments that you want to make. You have plenty of time. You can buy an option that expires 3 weeks from now, 1 month from now, 2 months from now. That's a way to really have another source of income. Because you're not really sacrificing a whole lot of time. From the 11th to the 7th, you're going to have to check the computer probably once or a couple of times every other day. You can kind of, and that's if you want to. That's on the high end. That's on the high end. So I'm just saying that to let y'all know, when people think about stocks, they think about people just standing in front of the computer all day and being nervous. And no, it's a completely different type of investment strategy where you buy an option and you create the strike price. The strike price could be 3 months from now. 3 months from now. All right. So that was just an example letting y'all know. Don't think, oh, I'm too busy or I'm no, because you can tailor a strategy. You know what I'm saying? You can create a strategy that gives you the best opportunity to succeed and be knowledgeable. So saying that you're too busy, that's not an excuse, or not saying that people are making excuses, but that's not a reason to not get into stocks, because their options are very flexible. Now, if you're long-term investing, you just put the money in, wait, and add more whenever you see red. Options is different, all right? But let's go to the chart, and I just want to show y'all how. Look, let me see. Let me find it. This is a way to tell where the stock is going. This is a way to tell where the stock is going. Okay, what is this? Okay, as y'all can see here, I have the chart. These lines, every blue line is a Monday. So in between the blue lines are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right, do y'all see that? That's how I keep track of what's going on. I can quickly look at this and say, okay, this was a good week. In between these two bars, the bars are Monday to Monday. So this is a good week right here. This one was too. All right, positive movement. That's how easy it is. Get TradingView, and this is for people who are interested in stocks. Get TradingView and chart the blue lines every Monday. This is going to give you almost like a bird's eye view of a whole month or a whole 2 months if I was to zoom out. But you see the blue lines. This is what the charting can do. It kind of magnifies a week. All right, let's look at CrowdStrike. Did I chart CrowdStrike? I haven't charted this yet. Let's go to another one. NVIDIA. Okay, I already charted this one. Y'all see that? The blue line, Monday to Monday. So if I'm buying an option, this is going to give me the exact idea of what I need as far as, or no, let me not say it doesn't give you the exact anything. Nothing is really that on point in stocks. What this does is it shows me the trends. It shows me the trends, and it can possibly show me which way they're heading. Like, see, look, perfect example. Look at how NVIDIA is about to end the week. It's a little bit of space left because today is Thursday. All right, so Friday, this is going to be filled in. So I'm off of work tomorrow, so I'm going to be looking at this chart closely. How this ends, the in between these bars this last week, that's going to tell me what's going to happen next. All right, what's going to happen next? I can't tell right now because we got a whole nother day in the market tomorrow. But once tomorrow ends, depending on where this is, that's going to tell me, should I buy more NVIDIA or should I wait? The chart is going to tell you. Let's take a look at some more, all right? Carvana. I'm big on Carvana. I think that's going to be the future very soon of car buying, if not already. This is another tricky one, all right? Y'all see, this was the beginning of the week. This was Monday. We go through Tuesday, Wednesday. We hit Thursday here. Now, this indicator is a trend indicator. It's telling me that this is green, but I don't know. This is a lot of sideways movement. We'll have to see which way it goes tomorrow. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? I don't know. I can't tell from this. That's why you got to research, wait, and see, all right? We're going to look at one more on the chart. Did we look at Amazon? Let's look at, I think we did. No, we looked at Tesla and NVIDIA. Amazon has been going crazy. And I'm just using these big name stocks just to get everybody familiar. Now look at this movement here. It ran all the way up, and it's at what now? 194. It ran all the way up to this peak, dropping, went back up again. And you're basically just looking for patterns, and it continues to go up. Even with all this red, it was still a green trend. It's still bullish. Big drop for Amazon. And that was today, a big time drop off. Could this recover? Now, you know what I'm going to do? Look. This is a perfect example too. Can I zoom in? Look at that. Now, I don't know if this, again, I keep saying 100% correct. Nothing is 100% correct, but do y'all see Amazon, right? We know Amazon is a great company. Amazon is a good company. Nobody thinks Amazon is going to shut down anytime soon. So look at this massive drop here. It was at 199. It dropped all the way down to 194. So tomorrow when the stock market opens, it's going to be at 194. These green bars at the bottom is fighting a bear trend. That's what that means. That means, okay, we're going to look at something else too. Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all going to be able to see that. Okay, let's just focus on this. Okay, now you see it's a red trend, right? It dropped down a lot, but you still got green bars down here. That means that it's rejecting selling pressure. All right, these green bars after a big drop like this, it should be red down here, really. It should still be red. But these green bars signify that it's fighting selling pressure. What does that mean? That means it's probably going to go back up. All right. I don't know if that makes sense. It's terms for the stuff that I don't know or I've forgotten. But you get what I'm saying. These green bars. Now, if all this was red, it would probably continue to go down. But because we see some green here, it fought off the selling pressure. It's probably gonna go back up. What I'm thinking about is as soon as I wake up in the morning, buying some Amazon. Because it's probably gonna go back up. Now, I would not tell nobody to do that. I wouldn't suggest that nobody does that. I'm going to research it some more tonight. That was just an example that I'm giving. And it actually turned out to be something that I really want to do. I have Amazon. This is the majority of my portfolio here. These stocks that we're looking at. Tesla, CrowdStrike, Nvidia, GameStop, P-Lab, which is called Fontronics, UiPath, Zscaler, Carvana, SoFi, and Amazon. These are the companies in my portfolio. So I need more Amazon anyway. I see a big drop, and these green bars tell me it's not ready to plummet yet. That's basically what these green bars mean. It means it's not ready to plummet. It's not ready to go to hell yet. And it might go back up. All right, so the chart will talk to you, man. The chart is going to tell you everything you need to know. The chart is going to tell you everything you need to know. If you need help understanding, that's fine. And you should educate yourself, and you should get as much education as you can. But at the end of the day, the chart is going to speak to you, all right? But let's get back to Copilot. We're going to ask a couple of more questions before I dip out of here. I just wanted to share a little bit of the information that I have about some things that's coming up in the future with Nvidia, with Tesla working together. And should we type that in yeah. Let's do something else in Copilot. Let's ask Copilot, should I invest in Nvidia stock, let me say this week. Okay, let's see what Copilot says. Look at us, man. Asking a question like this, they're gonna give you so much information. Like nobody had. Let me not say nobody had. If you want to get in the stock market, because listen, if you don't want to get in the stock market, then you shouldn't. But I'm just saying, for the people who do want to, you cannot say a lack of information will never be the reason for this. All right. So I just asked, should I invest in Nvidia stock this week? This was the reply.
As of the latest data, NVIDIA Corporation NVDA stock has experienced some fluctuations. Here are a few points to consider. Recent performance. On July 11th, 2024, NVIDIA stock closed at $127.40, down 5.57% from the previous day. The 52-week range for NVIDIA is between $39.23 and $140.76.
That's crazy, man. That's a wide range. That means that the stock went up quick. And so they did have a stock split. But the 52-week range for NVIDIA is between 39.23 and 104. That's a huge gap. All right. That is a lot of room for people to get rich. Several people already have from NVIDIA. But and I'm gonna finish playing this, but I want y'all to notice how detailed the information is. This AI is basically telling you everything right there. Now it's gonna be up to you to make the right choice. Okay. Copilot or any AI, it's not going to pick for you. But this information, if once you learn the basics, and I'm just talking to beginners, this information and getting it this way, not having to read it, you know what I'm saying? You want to read some stuff, but just being able to listen and get all this information just by asking a question is going to make trading stocks much more simple.
Factors to weigh. Energy concerns. There are growing concerns about the energy use of NVIDIA's AI chips, which could impact its stock performance. AI and infrastructure. NVIDIA dominates the AI and infrastructure market, making it a logical choice for investors interested in artificial intelligence. Analyst price targets. The average short-term price target for NVIDIA is $133.21, with a range from $69 to $200. Keep in mind that stock prices can be volatile and individual circumstances vary. Remember to do your own research, consider your investment goals, and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
Okay, did y'all see how that ended? Basically with the disclaimer. So they're basically telling you, don't just follow this. Do your own research, consider your investment goals, and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Now, I don't give a damn about a financial advisor. When I get to the point that I need one, I'll have one, I'll get one. But right now, I'm my own financial advisor, all right? And I'm just saying that, because that's my personal opinion. But everything that was said at the end of this is true. It's basically saying, make sure you have multiple signals to buy. You shouldn't just look at the chart and see one thing and say I'm gonna buy. It should be multiple things telling you. I created a method called a LIT method. All right, levels, indicators, and trends. All of those have to match before I pull the trigger. Now that's something that I made up. I wouldn't, I would tell people that, but I would tell it to them, just as a general rule. It's just it's three things that you need to do. Even if all three of them match up, that doesn't mean you should buy. You know what I'm saying? Levels, indicator, trend. Every now and again, they'll all line up, they'll all match up, and it's going to be obvious to enter a play, whether it's a swing trade or you're holding it for a while, whatever the case may be. It is a good tool. You know what I'm saying? It's a good tool. I'll put it that way. I depend on it. most of the time, but that's just me. And even when I use it before every trade, but even when I do use it, I'm still looking for other things to confirm. You know what I'm saying? I just don't look at those 3 things. I just don't say levels are right, indicators right, trends right. Let me just, invest my money. No, it's other things that I look for too. That was just an example. But the main reason of this video was just to show the amount of information that you're getting from AI. You can use AI to pick stocks. I'll probably do a more in-depth version of this tomorrow, maybe. Over the weekend, I'm definitely gonna have some shoe content, and I got some more Kendrick and Drake content. So it may not be tomorrow, it may be over the weekend. Either way, I want to encourage everybody who is interested in the stock market. Use AI. Go to Copilot and ask Copilot questions. Look at the YouTubers that I suggested and ask Copilot questions. You're going to get a lot of information. It's going to seem overwhelming, but trust me, it's not. Remember, all you got to do when you get on a chart, mark the chart. Chart it out. All right, mark whichever time span you need. Like me, I needed a week. That's why all of my stocks are charted out weekly. All right, and I'm gonna come back with more. I'm gonna actually show y'all my actual portfolio. It's not where I wanted to be at. It's not really as much money as I want it to be. That's why I don't talk about stocks too much, because people want to see the money. People want to see the money that you made. And I have an account, I have a brokerage account with Robinhood where I've made money, but it's really not enough for me to show, you know what I'm saying, as far as trying to prove something. And I'm not saying I'm trying to prove anything specific. It's just when you talk about stocks, people want to see the money that you made. So I got to keep going. I got to learn more, and I got to keep working hard, but I'll get to that eventually, to where y'all will be able to see the account for yourself. And you can make your own choice from there. But I'm not going to stay too long. I just wanted to talk about picking stocks, using AI. It's a useful tool. And if you can read and write, you can make money, man. Like I said, may come back with a part 2 of this. I like talking about stocks a lot. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get in the comments. Let me know. I'm not the most knowledgeable person, man. If it's something that I missed, or if y'all have a point that y'all feel can help, then drop it in the comments, man. This is a strategic thinking media platform. So any strategic thinkers that we have out there, any way that y'all feel y'all can add to this video, because I feel like more people need to understand stocks. And just having AI, y'all heard all that information that it gave. Just having AI during this time where a lot of things are changing in the tech industry with AI, with NVIDIA chips. AI is going to help. You know what I'm saying? It can definitely help, and it can definitely, set you in the right direction. But I appreciate everybody tapping in. Get in the comments. Let me know what stocks y'all looking to buy, or any information you got about stocks, period. I would love to hear it, man. I enjoy talking about this subject. Now, Strategic Thinking Media platform. Like, share, subscribe, and help the channel grow. Thank y'all for watching. I'm going to see y'all in the next episode.